So I've been thinking about hearing God's voice and the difference between our voice, God's voice, Satan's voice. And I've realized over time that there is a order to it. And if we try to interpret God through feelings, by feeling his voice, it ends up actually being backwards, because what you think leads to what you feel, and what you believe leads to what you feel. So the problem is when we do hear God's voice, there is healing that takes place, and there's a feeling that results from that healing. But if you try to do it the other way, it's actually backwards. It's reverse engineering, and you're doing it through the flesh. And that's not how we interpret God's voice. So we hear God's voice by stillness, right? Be still and know that I am God. It's a stillness and a knowing. In Hebrews, it says, I'm going to shake the earth and shake everything that remains. And I'm going to shake everything, and what remains that can't be shaken will remain. That's a terrible paraphrasing, but you get my point. So it's all about this stillness, what can't be moved. We've received a kingdom that cannot be moved. So emotion, feeling, is literally motion. It's like a shaking up, sort of. Doesn't mean emotions are bad. I'm just saying, if you go backwards, if you try to follow your feelings, it's creating this like contradictory loop where you're believing something and then you're chasing the feeling, and then your belief of chasing that feeling creates a new feeling, and then you're trying to change it through the feeling. It's opposite of what it really is. When in fact, you can be still and cut off the energy that you're putting into thoughts of pain. And then within that, you can hear and understand and know in your spirit. You can hear the light shining through, and then it's a healing that takes place. So God's voice is a healing, not a feeling. And I'm not saying you can't feel the results of healing, but I'm just saying the voice and the belief and agreement in the spirit with God's voice comes first, then the feeling. So, yeah. There's a divine order to it, and we can hear God's voice when we just remain still and know that he is God.